Oh. Oh, well, hello. Hello there. It's on normal speed. Why on earth would it be on normal speed? Hello. It's me, Sahara. I'm talking this way. This whole commentary. No, I'm not going to do that. Oh, it's still on normal speed. What the fuck? What is this bullshit? Anyways, this is a game. I played on the ladder. It's between me, SaharaDrac, and ClownBaby, which is a hilarious name. Because if you think of a baby dressed as a clown, that's hilarious. I think. Yeah. So, I have been practicing a lot. And the season's still locked, so I still can't get promoted, but I am winning. I think of my last 10 games, I've won 100%, but of my last 30 games, I've won 80% of my games. So, definitely doing well now. Got hot new builds. Gonna lose my SCV there. Speaking of hotness. And I'm just going to send this second ACV here just to die too. Because I'm really good at this video game. Like I was saying. Oh no, he's okay. Good. Good for him. TVZ, my best matchup. I don't know. Except for Mass Muta, I feel comfortable against most things. There's two things that beat me when I'm playing against Zerg. One is Mass Muta. The other is when I forget that Brood Lords are in the game. I do that a lot. I'm just alright, I'm ready for Ultralisks. I'm prepped for the Ultralisks, you guys. And then they just have Broodlords, and I'm like, oh yeah, those are still in this game. And yeah, so this drone ended up with 2 kills because I'm so awesome. That barracks just started its marine, even though it had been done for I don't know, 15 seconds. So overall, kind of playing crappy at the beginning of this game. He's 3 food ahead, as you can see. When you lose 2 SCVs, there I rage. I rage a bit at the fact that sometimes you can't save that SCV who's building. You can hit T and move him away, but sometimes he ends up walking through the building towards the drone's mouth. And it's just, it's a little wishy-washy. It's a little coin flippy to me, the whole SCV harass thing, but whatever. Starting a factory. This build, I wasn't talking about my build because I was talking about losing all my SCVs. I'll go to +2 speed. This build takes a gas on 13 and 16. A lot of gas builds with Terran will do 13 and 18. But I get super, super fast gas because, well, you'll see. Very, very gas-heavy opening on my TVZ. I used to do the Banshee thing. Don't do the Banshee thing anymore. You can see what I do is throw down a barracks, make 3 Marines while the factory makes, throw a tech lab on that barracks, and then start a factory with a tech lab where I'm supposed to start a tank, but I don't because I'm terrible. Make the tank. This tank, oh my god. So, it's good when you land the factory and make the tank right away because then you have a tank out. It completely stops Baneling Bus cold if anyone still tries that, which every now and then, but still, the early tank is really nice. Start a second factory as soon as that tech lab's done. Throwing a reactor on this, so I'm going to have 1 reactor factory and 1 tech lab factory. That's the opening. Yeah, and you can see I'm way behind on food because, well, things. I just float the barracks now. I'm going to float the barracks over in this region. You see there's its order right there. And I'm going to make a timing push. This is all about a 2-factory timing push in TVZ. Extremely, extremely effective, as you'll probably see. I think it goes well this game. This game was about a week ago. I just remember the name ClownBaby and remember it being a decent game, so I decided to cast it. I actually don't know if I win or lose. Judging so far by my performance, I'd say lose, but... So I call this the 3-tank TVZ timing push. I'm going to make 3 siege tanks, and I'm going to make a Widow Mines at the same time. I usually have 2 when I arrive, but I rally everything over there, and the 3rd and 4th Widow Mine aren't far behind. And this is where this player makes a mistake. That's right. Well, not necessarily a mistake, just a really bad mistake given what I'm going to do. He takes a greedy, super fast 3rd. He has a Roach Warren, but he hasn't produced any units. Oh, he has 1 Roach. Forgive me, 1 Roach. So yeah, he's taking that greedy third, and this is when, as soon as that third tank hits, I push out. I mean, to me, I think it's the most important part of the build. Obviously, the tanks are already late. This same push should have been coming out sooner, but I forgot to make the tank because I'm really, really cool. So yeah, I'm going to deny this third, and then I'm going to push in. But as you can see at this point, 3 tanks, 4 Widow Mines. That's scary for a Zerg at this point. I mean, yeah. And the really important part of the push is don't get too greedy with your tanks. You can see I really want to throw the tanks up there, but luckily he doesn't focus the tanks. I get the Widow Mines buried pretty nicely, and yeah, so the tanks are going to take care of this now. The Widow Mine giving vision up the hill. Is he going to take out this tank? I don't know, he doesn't. It's a lucky break for me. I also float the barracks for vision if needed. I didn't need it. Actually, I do need it now because he cleared out the mines with that Overseer. But yeah, at this point I'm just rallying tanks and Widow Mines there. It's really hard for him to deal with this now. Like, as you can see, there, take out the Overseer. So now he's really in trouble. Sieging the tanks back there, and just letting them go to work while I rally units. Right now would be a good time for him to attack these tanks, actually, but I think he's, he can't know the Widow Mine status, Here I unsiege my tanks. I try to unsiege them when these are done cooling down. I did it a little earlier there, so I was vulnerable there, but luckily I moved up and was able to take care of it. So yeah, this timing push, really, really powerful in TVZ. It's, it's like a very thick, robust, noxious gas in your nostrils. I'm sure that's how this push makes the Zerg players feel. This is exactly how I want the Zerg players to feel. I want them to be miserable, because I hate them. So he's not producing anything, as you can see. Back in my base, this is where learning my camera hotkeys lately has really helped me out. I can quickly move back and forth and start macroing. I'm starting a 3rd command center in my base, engineering bay, thrown down a bunch of 2 factories and a starport. I should have got a armory. I probably didn't have the gas at the time. And at some point here I should start floating my other base over, but right now I'm back here looking at this part of the screen. So, and unfortunately that Widow Mine shot those eggs, which I did not want it to do, but I clearly wasn't paying attention. But the thing about this push is it's not supposed to kill their natural. Like, if it does, awesome, that's great, but it's really just supposed to buy you time to expand. What I should have been doing behind this was double expanding, but my macro slipped because I was like, oh man, I can take out his natural. So, at this point he's got enough roaches to finally push me back, and that's the nice thing about the mines is they let your tanks run away because they have to take care of the mines. So yeah, that's what I do there. So I'm obviously in good shape now. He's building hatcheries in his main just for larvae. He's just starting his natural now again, and I'm transferring this to my natural, and I am getting a 3rd orbital command in my base. So I'm going to have plenty of SCVs. You can see I'm really kicking on the macro department now. I have 4 factories and a starport. No armory yet, but I'm sure that'll be soon. Interesting fact, almonds used to be poisonous. It's true. Yeah, they had to fix almonds. So, that's the sort of thing I talk about right now. Oh, as you can see, this is where this game got interesting. I'm pretty sure I was positive I had this dude locked down, like GG, there's nothing to talk about at this point. This game's over. But then he brings back an old school treat, which I hadn't even thought about in so long. He Nydus worms me, which is cool. And yeah, I'm not noticing this, but I am noticing the giant screamy sound. And he's going to send out a balls load of roaches, and I don't know if you know how much a balls load is, but it's like several pounds of roaches. Dozens of pounds of roaches. So he's got, 20 roaches now. He's going to harass with that. I'm having a hard time. You know, I'm trying to keep my tanks alive. Obviously, Hellions aren't too great. I'm trying to smartly bury my Widow Mines. Kind of panicking, as you can see. Tanks get sieged up here. Letting the tanks cover the ones in the front. I'm not getting too overzealous. I pull the SCVs to join the fight just to absorb shots while I siege up these tanks. Obviously, these tanks could have been placed a little better. There you go. I unsiege 2 to try and get him closer. So I am going to fend this off, but he's costing me a lot of workers. I have 20 workers now when I was way ahead. So I do finally take care of it. I don't think these SCVs need to be here. Oh, well, I'll be damned. He sends out 2 more roaches just for bonus funds, and I blow up a bunch of my own SCVs. So now, what a really good thing would have been here would make a grip of maybe like 12 Zerglings and just run him right up here when he was doing that. That would have killed me. He would have won the game, but he did not do that. So a good idea from ClownBaby, but maybe not executed to its full potential. The big thing for me here is that extra command center, that extra orbital command in my base. That is huge because I'm able to reproduce SCVs so quickly. As you can see, I'm catching up. You know, I'm back up at 26. And yeah, I'm just continuing Widow Mines, Hellions, and SCVs at this point. I'm a little poor. I believe I called down a bunch of mules. Yeah, I should have called down mules down here. These nice, fresh, robust mineral patches. Look at them. Look how juicy they are. Look how delicious. Yeah, they look like fucking gushers, like just shiny, aura-filled gushers filled with blueberry juice. Oh God, I just want to drizzle them all over my chest. But yeah, I'm still ahead in food in this game. A Zergling run by at my ramp would have been c'est magnifique at that moment. He's making swarm hosts, which is like, the swarm hosts are a great counter to Widow Mines, actually, but I'm not going super Widow Mine heavy. Well, I sort of am, actually, but I don't know. I feel like the Nydus was sort of his last chance. He could actually Nydus me again right now because I'm an idiot. I do have a tank set up there at least, so actually the tank would shoot it, so never mind. I'm not an idiot. I'm a fucking pro gamer, you motherfucker. So I've got, you know, 10 Hellions here. I think I'm planning on doing something with them, but instead I just run into a bunch of roaches. Oh no, I'm running by. Look at me. I'm so brazen. I'm so bold. And yeah, I'm just gonna hit a bunch of drones. Well, maybe. Yeah, there we go. That hit a bunch of drones. I don't think that was worth it. Yeah, those 10 Hellions just kind of got pooped on. So, oh well. We're tied on the worker count. That's what I wanted. I wanted an exact tie on the worker count. I killed exactly as many as I meant to with that push. Finally getting my +1. You know, I'm sitting on tanks, Widow Mines. That's pretty much all I got. I have a drip, which I should be dropping with, but instead I'm bad at StarCraft. And then I'm deciding, well, I want to use this tank, so I'm going to throw down some turrets. I have another armory going down, which I think I use, hopefully. Factories, making tanks, making blah blah. And yeah, I'm taking my third. So yeah, he has that Overlord skin that makes his Overlords look like furry, like fuzzy little potatoes. I mean, Overlords always look like potatoes to me, but these look like extra potatoey. They look so delicious. God, they're like those, minerals. I just want to pop them in my mouth and just Overlords. You are listening to a StarCraft commentary by a fat kid, in case you hadn't noticed. Yeah. I think just mines, Hellions. I like mech and TVZ. I like mech in all matchups. I just think it's funner. I think the units are just really cool. Mech units are just cool to me, like tanks and stuff. And I think it's a fun style to play. I think it requires a vast amount of army control versus bio, which for me is fun. I like to micro. I'm not good at it, but I like to try to do it. My money's getting pretty high. And it doesn't need to be high. I could obviously be producing out of all this stuff, but my macro is really poor right now. I'm making turrets everywhere because I remembered this is the point in the game where I remember mutalisks are in the game, are in StarCraft 2. And I'm like, oh yeah, mutalisks, that's no good. So I throw turrets everywhere, and I'm still not making us. I mean, I could have been spending this money so much better. I still have a lot of improvement to do. These gas geysers are empty. The thing is, I pointed out, and it looks like I'm like a terrible, but I think if you watch your own replays, you will be surprised at how many of these things you're doing. It's so easy to be bad at StarCraft. Like, damn, it's easy. So now I'm getting Hellbats. Looks like I'm going to do a mine drop for the funsies. He's getting the Enduring Locusts, which is a good upgrade. Not going to lie, it's a mighty fine upgrade. He's sitting on 22 roaches, 7 swarm hosts, and apparently 14 locusts. I don't know. But I'm going to do this drop. He would see it coming. I don't know if he's paying attention to his map, but here it comes, dropping here. I've gotten pretty good at this, at the medevac mine drop. That one did die, but, you know, unfortunately his Overseer was right by, just by happenstance. When I saw that Overseer, I should have dropped 2 in his main and 2 in his natural, but instead I dropped all 4 in his main, so that was definitely a mistake. What? Oh, apparently you can just send the locusts out for fun. Okay. At this point, I'm feeling pretty comfortable. I have an absurd amount of siege tanks. I have 14 siege tanks, which, you know, is a lot. 15 siege tanks, and 3 Thors, 8 Hellbats, 6 Widow Mines. I'm feeling pretty... I feel strong at this point because that's a scary army. So I'm going to try to take my scary army and do things with it. My drop harass was less than effective. Perhaps I could have loaded some Hellbats on these medevacs and then gone and done that while I pushed, but so many Zergs overproduced Zerglings, I was kind of more comfortable having the Hellbats with my army, so. Going around, I don't think I have scan energy. Oh, there's one. There's 2, so I just lied. Yeah, sieging up, obviously, he can't even come close to approaching that position. So it gives me a pretty strong push to base my, to start working from. I'm going to bury these Widow Mines here. And unfortunately, 3 of them go off against Locusts, but that's okay. That's why Swarm Hosts counter Locusts, Swarm Hosts counter Widow Mines so well. But yeah, the tanks, the tank fire is just crazy massive at this point. He does have his Swarm Host split up, which is good for him, but I am gonna eventually start breaking down these Swarm Hosts. I have 4 big Thors there, and still have the 15 tanks. So he's making 8 Ultralisks, which is, you know, I hate that Zerg can do that. I hate that Zerg can, whatever. But that's sort of their deal. That's just sort of what I have to live with. I do manage to clear out all the swarm hosts except for, well, that one, but there it goes. So yeah, at this point, here comes the Ultras. He can't just run in with those Ultras. I mean, tanks aren't as good against Ultras. Okay, maybe he can. I'm pulling my Thors back just to basically make the Ultralist work, and as you can see, it worked out pretty well. Most of the time during that entire fight, his Ultralists weren't swinging. They were just chasing after some Thors. So, if I must say, that was a decent move on my part. I did lose all my Thors, but, you know, whatever. Am I at +2? No, I'm at, yes, I am at +2. +2 and +1 armor. He's getting Ultralist upgrades, but at this point it's pretty academic. Getting planetary fortresses and junk. Just I should have expanded more. But as you can see, my money's pretty low. I'm actually doing okay at spending my money these days, which, I mean, okay for me, not okay for like a good player. But so yeah, he's breaking out with those roaches, but my army's over here. And I'm reinforcing with a lot of junk. Finally getting +3. I could have started that a while back, but it's okay. I switched to the flak cannon. What's it called? Explosive payload. Just because I'm worried about broodlords. I always remember. This game I remembered Broodlords were in the game at some point, which is better than my typical performance. And I'm just gonna push up this ramp now and win this game because it's clear. It's clear I've got it. I don't even. Yeah, I'm not even trying to position. I'm just gonna A move. And yeah, there's a GG from ClownBaby. But I thought that game was interesting because of the Nydus counter. It was actually effective, and with a little more finesse, would have won him that game. And just to show my Widowmine tank push and how it stopped his natural, and yeah, just an interesting game overall. I liked it. I had fun playing it, and I hope you had fun watching it. I hope you ask me to prom soon because I've been thinking about it a lot, but I can't. It's not my place to ask. I just hope you do the right thing. It's been SaharaDrac. Yeah, talk to you soon.